Coronavirus is having an effect far beyond human health. It's also significantly affecting the economic health of local companies. David Winter is live at CVG with that story. David, I've been so interested in this because the stock market's been going up and down as well because of the coronavirus, and you got to feel for these local companies. What's happening?
Oh, you do, yeah. And when you look at the microeconomics of this, it's pretty substantial. Now, of course, the manufacturers throughout the tri-state, they rely heavily on import and export to China. And a lot of that happens in the belly of passenger planes. And as we've all heard, those passenger flights have been canceled. But here at CVG, there is a daily flight to China by DHL. But because the virus has extended the Lunar New Year holiday, once those flights get to China, it's very difficult to find anyone to unload them and get those goods to where they need to go. Richards Industrials has been making valves in Oakley for decades. It exports to China millions of dollars worth of product every year. In Mandarin, it means our shipments are being held up. Kevin Kahn sells Richards valves to companies throughout China. He says the coronavirus is definitely affecting the flow of commerce.
Right now, the offices in China are still closed. We can't collect payments from our customers. We can't transfer payments from the Chinese bank back to the U.S. to pay our suppliers. And they've invested in goods here that are sitting and waiting to ship.
These pallets, for instance, would normally be in China by this time next week. Kahn says they will likely sit for weeks in a warehouse waiting for a flight.
But a travel ban may go a little too far.
Li Wong and Leo Chan are with the Midwest USA Chinese Chamber of Commerce. They work to sell American products in China. They say the U.S. has gone a bit too far, canceling flights to China for months and restricting incoming business people.
When you stop that, there's jobs being stopped, production being stopped, and cost money for the company here locally.
While they see the benefit in stemming the spread of the virus, they say they believe the overreaction is to a great extent xenophobia, the fear and prejudice against Chinese people.
You've got 150 people here. A third of their business is export. That's a lot of jobs.
Something local manufacturers hope people think about when they think about the coronavirus and the country's reaction to it. So why do the people with whom we spoke today think that there's been a bit of an overreaction and they attribute part of that to xenophobia? Well, this virus, the coronavirus, it has now infected, 17,000 people and killed about 360. That, of course, originated in China. The H1N1 virus in 2009 originated in North America. It infected 1.6 million people and it killed nearly 300,000 people. And there were virtually no travel restrictions with that one. Reporting live from the airport, David Winter, back to you in the studio.
Wow, history does give us good perspective. Thank you, David. Ohio is the sister state to the Hubei province, which is where Wuhan is located, Wuhan being the epicenter of the coronavirus outbreak. These sister state relationships are designed in part to promote trade. And again, to keep things in perspective, the CDC estimates that between October and the end of January, there were between 19 and 26 million flu-related illnesses in the U.S. The number of deaths that have resulted around 25,000.